Guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with the Star Trek Critic, and tonight we got the Hollow Man. Basically, another version of the Invisible Man story. Basically, scientist finds a way to become invisible and goes on a killing spree. Yeah, so, by the way, it's called this, I think, because they couldn't have the rights to the Invisible Man name. I don't know why they call it Hollow Man, but, I mean, it's still the same story. Generally, in a way, but you'll get the idea once we get in there. So, shall we check out Hollow Man? Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out.
Come check us out at Grand Rapids Comic-Con in Michigan, November 15th to the 17th.
Let's go.
And check us out at Days of the Dead in Chicago, November 22nd to the 24th. Hope to see you there.
Let's say it with a...
Who can make the sun die? Drizzle it with you. Cover it with blood and a severed head or two. The Candyman. The Candyman. The Candyman.
Oops. The Candyman.
The Candyman can.
Let me get... Miss me. Look at that balloon.
Hello!
Hey,
I'm
Critic,
the
how you
Star
doing?
Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. You know, sometimes a person we see as an obvious asshole can be a complex, insecure, deep,
Ramses?
fascinating person
Zuko?
that has more layers than one would think. In fact, if you look deep enough, you might find some real humanity within.
But
Other
not this
times,
guy.
he's just an obvious asshole that you shouldn't give superpowers to.
Yep. Here we go. Hollow Man. Ready to begin?
Released in 2000 and directed, apparently under protest, by Paul Verhoeven,
Under
Hollow
protest.
Man is a pretty generic Invisible Man type story that
See?
Verhoeven admits is the only film he can't defend.
Really?
Keep in mind, he also made Showgirls.
Wow.
He said the original idea was to show a guy go insane from something as simple as not being able to see himself anymore. How much of a person truly disappears when that person literally disappears. Interesting notion, except he claims the studio took it over, not allowing him to add any of his personal touches.
Why?
He says anyone could have directed this film, there's little to no impression of his on it. And if you've seen this guy's other work, you know he's pretty good at leaving an impression.
True.
Perhaps the biggest insult of all, though, is that the idea of a guy with maybe a touch of a dark side being exploited to madness is replaced with an obvious douche who no person in the right mind would give this power to.
True.
A lot of people have been asking me to look over this mess, and today, that's what we're gonna do. So let's take a look at this psychopath who's supposed to be invisible, yet you
Supposed to
can
be
still clearly see he's a psychopath.
Mhm.
Let's take a look at
Hollow
Hollow
Man.
Man.
Here we go.
The film opens with, oh, whoops, got the closed captioning on. Oh, those are
Wait, no?
just the credits.
Huh.
Nice of them to translate English text into English
Well,
text.
text, yeah.
And we cut to a lab where a rat is part of, let's say, an aggressive experiment.
Watch.
It's Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
It's
Never
brain,
mind.
Just the brain.
Just the brain. Bye, Pinky.
Trap is the brainchild of Sebastian, played by Kevin Bacon. We can tell right away as a psycho he's watching Jay Leno for entertainment.
It's a metaphor, Mr. Ipkiss. A metaphor.
Of course, because this is an early 2000s movie, every woman loves undressing with the window open. And it looks
Why?
like Sebastian needs reminders to focus.
Should be working.
Maybe I should get one of those from my office. Okay, if you insist. He figures out how.
I mean, fair enough. Like, we could use that. Just every time you see him take a break, just look up and be like, "Oh, fine, me." Like, I can imagine that. Just, let's just hope our workplaces don't do that. You just try to take a minute and be like, "Get back to work up there on the ceiling." Jeez. Anyway.
How to beat the Spider-Man 2 lab games and makes a call to his co-workers with his early 2000s film quality webcam.
Da Vinci never
With the
said,
eye toy.
said it was a waste of time.
I cracked the reversion.
I hate you.
This Elizabeth Shue is Linda and Josh Brolin morphing into Pierce, Tom Brosnan, Cruz playing Matthew. They're sleeping together and don't want Sebastian to know.
Despite
Maybe we should
Sebastian
take
being the
our own
ex, by
cars.
the way.
Tired of this sneaking around, Lynn.
Both these actors have given great performances, but with this run-of-the-mill script, I guess it's hard not to give anything but run-of-the-mill acting.
True.
11 months and you suddenly come up with it out of the blue? How?
Coffee and Twinkies.
Switch coffee to energy drink, and you'd have every YouTuber's diet.
Ouch,
Invisible
but fair.
gorilla escapes her cage, and given the nonchalant way they talk about, I'm assuming they've made this mistake you shouldn't make several times.
I'll get her.
Thanks.
but I'll manage.
$10 says I nail her first.
I already nailed Linda. What? I mean, I'm having sex with your coworker. Oh, okay. What?
What? No!
I love how their infrared goggles are literally just a red light on their eyes. Though granted, it does make the effects on this beast look more real than Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yeah, true.
This is God. You are disturbing the natural order of things. God has spoken.
Good morning, Mr. Verhoeven.
Hey, Verhoeven.
Sebastian's crew of goofy scamps just forgettable enough to realize they're only there to die. Inject the serum to bring the ape back to visibility, despite many objecting there should be more tests.
How can you morally justify injecting Isabel with the serum before you've even tested it?
Because it'll save time.
Hey, yeah, weird idea.
Yeah, but
maybe
don't-
turning someone invisible and visible should have been figured out beforehand.
You think?
It's like sending astronauts into space and being like, we'll figure out how to bring it back later. What
Yeah,
I'm talking about,
true.
we kind of do that.
Yeah, oh.
It's okay, baby.
Subject began manifesting almost immediately. Protocols acting quickly.
Yeah, so as you might have noticed, the effects aren't great, but they are
Interesting.
neat. Okay, sometimes it looks like Amy from Congo animated by the guy who did Joseph and the Promised Land, but you can tell they did their homework and tried to include as much of the body as they could. In fact, Kevin Bacon's entire body was scanned into a 3D model. And I do mean entire body.
An enormous Schwanzstücke.
And it was so detailed that after they were done filming, they donated it to science. So, medical students using 3D models, that might be Bacon's bacon you're cutting open there. And of course, that doesn't help the
Look
fact
at
that
that.
this character has resting murder face.
You can tell. Like, I'm so gonna enjoy waiting you as the
great.
skin.
I was just standing next to you.
Dare I say I was 1 degree of Kevin Bacon?
Don't.
Stop!
Ew. He's like, okay. Yeah, I don't know why they made the obvious asshole this, but I don't know. Like, there should usually be something. I mean, I guess you can have a great villain, but if he's like the guy who's like, you think he's gonna be protagonist, but nope, that guy. Like, it's still kind of dumb if you ask me. I'm just saying. Anyway.
We had some good times. Have ever wanted to turn the clock back?
I'd say that kind of time travel doesn't exist.
Well, that seems like an invite for a kiss. Wait, what?
Or not?
Well, she turned me down. Guess I better sleep with one of these.
4 years ago, this committee gave me a very specific and challenging task.
They go to the Pentagon to say their experiment is a success, except Sebastian suddenly decides it's not a success.
How have you solved the problem?
I haven't. But we're close.
Are you sure? Because we feel pretty invisible right now.
I wasn't ready for them to know yet.
You just lied to the Pentagon.
Their project, but it's my dream, it's my vision.
Make that man invisible. He's got our trust.
Yeah, no.
No, that really is kind of it. He says he wants to be the first one despite completely lying to them, and they go along with it.
I volunteered. They approved.
You volunteered. Are you insane?
As someone
Yes, he
choosing
is.
Paul Giamatti and deciding halfway he wants to become Carrot Top, I'm concerned.
I think the results speak for themselves.
Do they, or do you just want to believe that?
You know, honestly, Sarah, I thought you'd be happy.
If we're gonna move forward, this is the next logical step.
My God, could this guy walk, talk, move, and speak more obviously evil? He got convicted as a felon, people would suddenly want to vote for him as president.
Yep, hello, Trump. Sorry to say it.
Later, we find Linda, unlike this Josh Brolin movie, doesn't want to waste her Josh Brolin.
You ever miss being with him?
The concept of Sebastian is much more appealing than Sebastian himself.
Every actor's quote signing on to this film.
It's not too late to change your mind.
Again, another line actor said signing on to this film.
I do like to back out.
Did you ever hear the one about Superman and Wonder Woman? Superman is flying over Metropolis.
Yeah, it's the
right?
Invisible Man. It's the Invisible Man. We've all heard it. We've all been juniors in high school before.
And the Invisible Man says, I don't know, but my asshole is killing me.
Hey, did you hear the one about the road and the chicken? It was really avant-garde to the preschoolers I told it to. Also, what a shock this guy would be a sexual deviant when he turns invisible. The last thing he talks about is an invisible man screwing a hot woman. This be like hiring Jeffrey Jones as a children's photographer.
Ladies, please, this is science.
Put some sugar on my ass and I'd be candy bacon. Again, can't believe I become evil in this.
Mary's rolling.
I just hope we're not making a snuff film.
At this point, I'd just be thankful for a film.
True.
They inject him with Baja Blast, and the serum aggressively starts to take action. And what'd you do on the film? Oh, I was the guy who animated Kevin Bacon's CGI dick. Oh, they had
what?
a guy for that? No, several.
You'd think
Again,
they would have
I
figured
know
out the
it's
pain
2000s,
aspect
but
to it all,
the
but
skeleton looks like
why?
an e-card saying Happy Halloween.
yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
Looked more convincing.
Yeah.
You did it. You're the first.
The procedure seems to work, and in no time at all, Sebastian is out and about.
What's it like being a ghost?
Ghosts are dead. I'm very much alive.
Come on, Sebastian, don't be a dick.
Sorry. Whoa. I couldn't resist.
Did he get the Flash's super speed too?
How did he do that?
I'd figure he has Ezra Miller's same respect for boundaries.
No sense of fun.
Oh my god.
That's like Hannibal Lecter poking you with a fork.
Yeah, no kidding.
So remember, this was originally about a man slowly going crazy and eventually abusing his power. Okay, so slowly and eventually means the literal first night.
Yeah, literally, because there you go. Ah, boom.
This is really why you gotta get your push-up bras from Toontown. It holds up more than you think. Was I sleep flashing myself again? Oh, no, he was there the whole time. Except he literally wasn't a second ago. But no, that's just
Idiots.
so unlike him. These people are idiots.
So how
Yeah,
was your
you know
first
they're
night?
eventually gonna die.
And breastless, I swear.
Uh-huh.
They'll talk about what the audience has been talking about since this guy said he wanted to turn invisible.
What would you do if you knew you couldn't be seen?
If you ask me, the whole thing gives me the creeps. I can't even take a piss without wearing my thermals.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
But oh no, Sebastian was listening. Thank God nobody thought to sit in that chair. And dude, if you're so paranoid about him, why don't you wear the goggles the whole time? Or, here's a thought, have him put on clothes! He's literally naked this whole time! Weird, right? That perverted guy who's invisible and naked would do messed up stuff?
Duh.
Want to know what it's like to make love to an invisible man?
Just be like old times.
What do you mean?
You were never there.
Oh, come on. He had a clear there's nothing to see down there joke and he didn't take it.
I would've.
If you know the difference.
Director
That's
of
all.
Showgirls, you say? They try making him invisible again, but the procedure nearly kills him.
Oh, whoop. And apparently super.
Tough formula. Oh, sorry, I had a lot built up. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah, very much. Yeesh. I mean, this is why you usually gotta test someone else. Or at least make sure it can work on a human in simulation. Like, I mean, you were working on the simulation earlier. Like, that was for a gorilla. I mean, no offense, we and gorillas are not similar. They use pigs, I think. Or, wait. What did they use bliss tests, like, before humans? Was it rats, pigs? I don't remember. But still, yeah, you'd think they would have tested more. But nope, just straight to, I want to be first. Like, dude, really?
Hey folks, I'm going to be
It's
playing
never gonna
Epic
end
Mickey
well.
every Friday on Twitch. I've never played this game before, so I'm really looking forward to it. We also have content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there. Also, everybody says they never get notified about our latest videos, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all the latest updates. While trying to figure out what went wrong, they make liquid latex to pour on him so he can be spotted a lot easier. And I don't know if there's such a thing as special effect ASMR, but this scene just created it. Alright, we just bake you for 14 minutes and you'll officially become Cake Man.
Really?
He dresses up as the Invisibomber, and Bacon admitted one of the reasons he picked this movie is because he assumed he wouldn't be on set that much. But because he had to wear all this stuff, as well as a green suit under it the whole time, he said it was one of the toughest shoots he'd ever done. And it certainly shows in the
Bacon.
performance.
Come on, this isn't easy for any of us.
It is easy for you. I was supposed to be in spaceship for 3 days. Don't ever tell me how hard you have it.
This was supposed to be my Vin Diesel I Am Groot. I was supposed to rap in a weekend.
I'm going out for a little while.
He forces his way out, saying if he doesn't leave, he'll go nuts, arriving back at his apartment where he goes nuts. As he watches her longer, though, his urges go even more insane, and he decides to attack her. Only to immediately cut away. Okay, so I'm not gonna pretend I
mean,
watched this
PG-13
scene, but
we
if you're gonna
expect?
be creepy schlocksploitation, be the Evil Dead tree scene. Be the human centipede. Be shocking and over the top. This feels exploitive and not exploitive at the same time. It's trying to be a legit thriller, which it's not very good at, so when the exploitive scenes do pop up, they feel out of place. This is trying to say something and be shocking, but because it doesn't commit to either very well, it doesn't succeed at either very well. Somehow it's both insulting and forgettable.
Relax. Nobody's gonna find out.
He returns to the lab as everybody is understandably pissed at him.
But if you leave the compound again, I swear I'll go straight to the committee.
Not likely.
Try me.
Yeah,
Don't
if you
make
give
him.
this psycho these powers, he might. You think Twinkies regrets having their product in this movie?
I would.
Hey, wanna be like Hollow Man? I mean, you're not supposed to, but he eats Twinkies, so do that.
Yeah.
Sebastian sneaks out again and discovers that Linda and Matthew are seeing each other, causing him to break the window. Linda's so freaked out she hangs up the phone in slow motion. Sebastian is so pissed off he rigs the camera to repeat the same image. Because I don't know, scientists who study invisibility can do that. And he kills one of the dogs.
I mean, he hasn't really done anything.
Hasn't done anything? He killed a dog with his bare hand.
You were there to see that?
No, it was the other perfectly sane person sabotaging camera so nobody can see what he's doing. What is wrong with these people?
Yeah.
We're gonna wait for the committee to put security into place.
They go and tat on him, and this, of course, starts Sebastian's killing spree.
Sorry, Linda, but I can't let you turn me in.
Ah, he's using the microphone. He must be in the room with the microphone. No, I mean, he could be anywhere. We have no clues. Well, we better keep our goggles on the whole time.
It's right on top of you.
You literally have the goggles in your hand. Put them
Come
on.
on.
Is everyone allergic to
Coward.
smart?
Thank you.
Sebastian manages to turn on the steam, which makes the air the same temperature as him.
No, Linda, it's not
Get
safe.
Carter to the lab. We'll meet you there.
We shouldn't separate.
Get Carter.
Secondhand lions. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were just naming Michael Caine movies.
Too late.
He locks himself in a room with one of the scientists.
The blood bags.
Yeah, I think he has plenty of time to walk behind you.
Come on, do one step, Sebastian.
Still has a clear path to walk behind you.
Quite a mess.
What a shock, you walked behind you. Yep. He continues to kill people off, and he locks Linda and Matthew in the freezer, dropping the temperature down even further. Oh yeah, just like a real person. You look like a Play-Doh version of Mad TV's Arnold Schwarzenegger makeup.
It does.
I'll give the film credit, Linda in the climax starts to get a little cool.
Yeah,
Really
true.
MacGyvering some inventive ways to break yourself loose and fight off Sebastian.
There you go.
Batman. Yeah, I am Batman.
Yeah, you are now. That was pretty creative.
You're losing a lot of blood. Lick the floor.
Sebastian.
She continues to kick ass, frying Sebastian up, kicking the elevator doors back open, and frying him even more. Like I said, this character kinda out of nowhere becomes really awesome.
And he's gone.
But someone confused invisible for invincible, as the burns don't affect Sebastian at all, and he keeps fighting
Maybe
like
the
he's
plas-
in no pain. Also good to know if there's a fire in the place, of which there are several. The sprinklers won't go off unless you literally spray it with flames. Matthew quickly recovers from this critical wound after Linda quickly recovers from this critical wound.
Ow.
Just in time for Sebastian to quickly recover from like 8 critical wounds.
It's so many purposes. What was it that? Oh, and that.
He electrocutes himself. Don't worry, electricity, crowbars, and fire only make him stronger. I was kidding!
Yeah, no kidding.
Tries to stop them from escaping as he rigged the place to explode.
One last kiss, for old time's sake.
You know, the last woman I kissed before I tried to kill her faked me out. I'm glad you're not trying anything like
Sure
that.
that-
Oh, bitch!
Bye, bitch.
Well, looks like that bacon
Got
is
it.
fried. Okay, let's just play the epilogue, and I guess that was the epilogue. Okay, I guess this movie's as eager to see itself end as we are.
Yeah,
And I know
I ain't
this
blame
joke
him.
pretty
I
much
probably
writes
would too.
itself, but there's really nothing to see here.
True.
If it wanted to be a schlocky exploitation film, fine. If it wanted to be a disturbing character study, fine. Honestly, to some extent,
Right,
you could
one at
even
least.
combine the two. But this movie does not know how to do either particularly well, resulting in a dull, unfocused,
Yep.
and most of the time, idiotic horror flick. The effects lose their wonder not only with the passage of time, but also in the film's need to constantly wow us with them, even though some of them really weren't that wow-worthy even back then. If you want a creepier take on this type of story with a unique point of view, I'd say go watch the 2020 remake of The Invisible Man.
See?
That tapped into the voyeurism and disturbing nature of this idea while also being well written and creepy. Or, to a lesser extent, maybe check out Memoirs of the Invisible Man. That at least had better commentary, a guy who was already invisible becoming invisible. Something is being explored there where nothing is being explored here. This is just a generic 2000s effects thriller that doesn't manage to thrill. When the film's own director disowns it, but can still manage to scrape some fondness for this, you can clearly see something is extremely, visibly wrong.
No wonder this tanked in.
I'm a nostalgia
left
critic.
our minds.
Remember it so you don't have to.
Thanks, bro.
My asshole is killing me.
Yeah, just honestly, what a caramba. Yeah, honestly, looking back, it's just, or at least looking at that, you can definitely see why this one just does not go on anyone's radar. Like, I'm pretty sure you can just watch a recap channel of this and you'll be fine. You don't have to watch the entire thing. So, whatever floats your boat works for you, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Adios.